Now, if we look a little bit inside, so behind the scenes, so what's happening there, you can see here we have the basically two phases that are used. So we have the reading phase at the top in the more yellowish color, and then the actual build phase at the bottom in the bluish color. And so in the reading phase, we will just pass the S constructs, and then from that we fill the informations in the environments. So all the variables that are to be used, and the compilers and the settings, whatever. And we also create some sort of virtual file system. That's where we store kind of like information for each node, like target nodes, files or directories about how they are to be built, which environment to use for the build, and whether they are up to date or not, for example. And once this reading phase is over, you see the taskmaster down there, and it will then go ahead and then schedule the single build steps. So it will just look at this information in the environment and in the file system, and then figure out, okay, which dependencies are met, what can I compile now, what can I build. And from this it will build this kind of directed acyclic graph for the dependencies, and then just wrap all these single build steps into what we call the jobs. So that's what's the name of the class, and from there on, these single execution or command line executions get queued. And for this file system, you can see here now another, oh wait, I will just go one step back. Sorry. Yeah. So for this virtual file system, you see the circles are colored differently. And the reason behind this is that we see now here a simple example with several libraries in a directory and some C files. And you can see how, unlike, for example, in AutoTools, we are able to support different settings for files in the same directory. So in this lib-a directory, you can have one S-construct, one build description file, but you can use several environments in this directory with different settings. So you see at the top, this one terminal says or displays a different path, for example, than the terminal below. And so we have like several environments with different settings, with different variables. And now when we actually compile something, we have something like a string. You see this at the bottom. A compile action is actually defined as a string made up out or from simple variables. And these variables then get expanded by what's defined in the current environment. So, and in this way, we are very flexible and can build a lot of complicated stuff. So, yeah, well, so this all looks great, and people say, wow, that's cool. So we'd really like to use this tool, but